here, but right
YT Casson News.
is where that potential tornado
Coverage on WWL News in New Orleans and tracking it on Fox Weather Radar.
Once again, if you are in Bush, if you're in Cyber in Pearl River County, if you're in Bogalusa, and anywhere between Bogalusa and Poplarville, you are included in this tornado warning. Now, the threat is not imminent there, but it is moving towards you, and it's moving fairly quickly. So go ahead and think about taking those tornado safety precautions. Let's put a track on this to give you a better idea on when this could be arriving in your city or your neighborhood. I got to get the speed on this tornado really quick. It's moving at about 45 miles per hour, so these things have been moving fairly quickly. And we're going to put a track on this for you to give you a better idea on when this is going to be moving into portions of the North Shore. So there's the storm. We'll put a track up here. All right, pretty detailed, but some of these locations, just to give you an idea. So in the next 5 to 7 minutes, Pearl River County Game Refuge, the Bogalusa National Wildlife Refuge, around 350, Cyber 350, Henley Field 355, Lee's Creek 356, Bogalusa around 4 o'clock. You still have a couple more minutes to be thinking about getting in that safe spot. White Sands School 406, maybe Varnado by 410 if it can hang on that long. So this thing is going to be traveling. Find your location here, and these are the areas that are at least under the tornado warning as we speak. And if you are in that tornado warning, you do need to be thinking about getting in that safe spot. The greatest area of concern right now is going to be now crossing into the Pearl River Basin, and there's really nothing. Once you get outside of these side roads off of Highway 41, you come back a little bit, you get the Pearl River Canal, and then this is all just marshland getting into the Pearl River here. So that's some great news. This is going to be moving over a rural area for a little while longer, which is good, but we'll keep an eye on it for you as it continues. To maybe cycle. And a lot of times what these cells will do over the lake, didn't do much, got towards Mandeville, didn't do much, but as it's got past towards the Sunbush area, it has reorganized, and this is your area of spin, now getting close to the Pearl River, and that's going to be lifting up into the Pearl River Basin, or into Pearl River County fairly soon. So if you're just joining us, a tornado warning has been issued for portions of the North Shore. We're talking Sunbush, Bogalusa, up towards Angie, nearly into Poplarville. Poplarville, you're not currently included, but keep an eye on this one and anywhere in between. So anywhere between Bogalusa and Poplarville on Highway 20, I believe that's 26. Yeah, 26. You need to be in your tornado safe spot. Just getting some reports in about what's going on. Slidell ham reporter saying they got a 45 mile per hour wind gust at the Country Club. That's just south of I-12 as these storms blew through. So even if you're not under a tornado warning, these storms are producing some strong winds here, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. We've had a live reporter, or we've had a reporter, Sam Winstrom, down in the Parody area this afternoon after our confirmed tornado moved through, did damage, and also knocked out power to a large portion down there from Des Almonds to Parody. We're working to get some more information from him down there. The St. Charles Parish officials did have some updates down there for Highway 90. We've got Mike McDaniel in studio now tracking what's going on. Mike, what is the latest on what's happening down there?
Yeah, well, Sam's actually there right now, so we do have some more information from the parish president down there. So we're going to go live to Sam right now with some details about what they're seeing on the ground. Hey there, Sam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and so when I kind of started seeing reports, and of course the siren blew, and I called the EOC. And I went up. Gotta go. Yeah.
Because we're here with Parish President Matthew Jewell after speaking to a couple witnesses here at the church near the corner where the tornado hit, and we were just waiting to set up with new information here. But as you can see all around us, and we've seen earlier, plenty of trees down, plenty of light posts down. This area is hit very hard, and it's starting to rain again. And as you've seen, there's a lot of roof damage out here. So right now there is a lot of water damage happening in homes, and homes that were already hit by Hurricane Ida just over a year ago. And as you've seen, a lot of these are just being repaired right now. We showed you a video earlier with all the tarps that have been blown into power lines, and tarps ripped off roofs, just exposing the bare bones underneath and everything. And so let's get to it.
So, you guys what happened? 1 second, I'm gonna go grab one. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, in just 1 second when we get set up here. But as you've seen around, we spoke with a couple of witnesses earlier just now about what they saw and went through. And a couple people, actually there's a Chinese restaurant just down the road that a lot of them were held up in. We spoke with a family down there who were held up, a mother and her 2 daughters hidden in the bathroom there. And they said they could hear the glass shattering, the ground shaking beneath them. And they were just praying that nothing would happen to them and that they would make it through this. And obviously they have. They came out safe and sound. And their house up in Luling too, they said they were worried. They had to get home to Luling, had to check in their house, check on their pets, and everything is okay for them, very, very thankfully right now. But it is a dangerous situation right here. It's a very fluid situation. We're waiting on a lot of information right now. And we should be able to get it to you in just a second with an update from parish officials.
So, what happened this afternoon?
Well, a short while ago, we had a tornado touchdown in the Parody area. We believe it touched down right around St. John the Baptist Church where we're standing here, and caused some significant damage to the church here and to the residents across Highway 90 in Parody. We've seen a lot of trash blown around. We've seen fences down. Got a report of someone's front porch being blown off. So a lot of minor damage. We do have a lot of trees and a lot of power lines down right now. Entergy is working in the area, and DOTD is going to be working on Highway 90 to get traffic moving again.
But no injuries in this?
At this time, I haven't heard of any injuries being reported yet, thank God, and our folks at the EOC are actively monitoring the situation.
Wonderful. So really the biggest issues people are going to be having this afternoon maybe be a loss of power, trees down, things like that.
Yeah, a lot of mess to clean up. Obviously, again, where we are, the Catholic Church, there was a roof blown off, a trailer blown over, and so a lot of residents are already right now, well, they were cleaning until the rain came back, but folks are without power. We have a lot of down trees, down power lines. We are asking residents to not touch any down power lines as they could be live, and let Entergy officials take care of that.
How quickly did the EOC activate? What kind of services are they providing right now?
Well, our EOC in St. Charles Parish is 24 hours, 7 days a week. So we immediately blew our sirens to alert our residents of the tornado warning. Our text message system sent out a tornado warning as well. And we immediately, post-event, started activating our folks to put out information regarding the event, and as well as dispatching DOTD, Public Works, and the sheriff's office out here to come and assist. So very, very great response from the EOC, what I would call a textbook response.
Is there any estimate right now on when power may be returned to some residents?
I don't have an estimate right now. I think from what I could see coming through here, Entergy is first doing their assessment to figure out where they need to focus their attention. But I'm assuming that power is going to be out for several hours.
Is there any kind of shelter set up for people that may be forced out of their homes right now?
We are currently still evaluating the need of the residents. We are asking residents if they are in need of a shelter or if they have any needs whatsoever to please call our EOC at 985-783-5050. If necessary, we will activate a shelter.
Last thing I would have to say is that warning system really did work fast and worked very well, because we talked to a woman who said that it all came so fast and the only thing that let her know was that tornado warning, and she brought her children into a bathroom and believes it saved their lives.
Yeah, look, we're very blessed to have those sirens in St. Charles Parish, and we are very adamant about using them when we have inclement weather or other types of emergencies. So I'm glad our EOC was there, present, and was able to activate the emergency sirens as well as the other notification systems that we have.
So one last thing, if you don't mind, why is it so important for you to be out here in person as a parish president taking care of these residents?
Well, look, the first thing I did when I found out that we did have an active tornado was come and drive through the neighborhood and make sure that everybody was okay and see if anybody needed anything. And it's important because I'm here to serve them. And so that's why we went out there, and we're going to go and continue to drive around and check on neighbors and make sure that everybody's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just heard from Parish President
The warning has expired,
who
but
showed us
it
that
expired on
thankfully
Fox
so far,
Weather.
there have been no injuries or
Cannot
deaths reported from the
really
storm.
see the
miraculous.
warning,
We see the damage around
but the
us.
warning
You can
is
see right
still
now,
going on
we're
my
here at
radar.
St. John the Baptist Church in Parody, where some of the ceiling has fallen in, a lot of roof damage outside, as we saw earlier. And, we spoke with the pastor earlier, so he was preparing for the weekend masses, the mass tonight and the mass this weekend when it all happened, and just very thankful that this is the only amount of damage done. From what we understand, it seems like the tornado touched down right here, right at this intersection when it did hit Parody. So very lucky that the damage is as minimal as it is, even with what we're seeing right now. And right now there is no estimate on when power can be restored or when it will be restored out here. And you can tell it's already getting dark outside, Is it getting darker earlier right now? And there are no lights going on right now, but there's no estimate. They're still kind of in the evaluation phase of when they'll be able to get power on in this area. So that is what we know right here outside in Parody. And I'll toss it back to y'all in New Orleans.
All right, Sam, thanks. And we will check back in with St. Charles Parish in just a little bit. But right now we want to check back in with Peyton Malone for that warning that was in effect for St. Tammany and Washington parishes. Hey there, Peyton, anything changed on that?
Hey, yeah, Mike, we have, we're going to give the clear to quite a few people. If you're in Washington Parish or St. Tammany, we'll give you the all clear from the tornado warning. It still continues, though, just for Pearl River County and for areas west of Poplarville and east of Bogalusa is where you're still under this tornado warning.
See, still there.
So continue to shelter there. The radar signature hasn't really strengthened a whole lot. That's the good news. But we are still seeing some rotation down here right along Highway 43 in Pearl River County. That's going to continue to lift up towards Highway 26. For the most part, I think this is going to stay west, of Poplarville. You can see the hook there on radar. It's approaching Highway 43. Henley Field is a community that is right smack dab near what we call notch. This little notch here is where our rotation is. Crossroads, White Sands, these locations need to be in your tornado safe spot. Highway 43, if you're in Pearl River County, anywhere north of Picayune, and if you're east of Bogalusa, so crossing the Pearl River heading into Mississippi, that's where the tornado warning currently is still in effect. It looks like the National Weather Service is going to continue this until about 4 p.m. So for the next 10 minutes, they may extend it if the storm continues to show signs that it is rotating. But the latest warning at about 3:50, so just minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado. It was located near Crossroads, or about 7 miles southeast of Bogalusa. It's moving northeast at about 45 miles per hour. So once again, it is still moving. Let's put a track on this, and we'll give you some detailed locations that are in the cross hairs or in the path of this potential tornado. Henley Field, it's right on your doorsteps. Crossroads at about 4 o'clock. Orick about 4:01. White Sand School into White Sand Community about 4:05. And then up towards Forge Creek, you're talking northern rural areas of Pearl River County, maybe by around 4:15 or so. So find your location there on when the worst part of this storm, at least the tornadic part of the storm right here, is going to be moving into your area. Now this is when the worst part gets there. This isn't when you should be taking cover. If you're in the tornado warning right now, you should go ahead and head to your tornado safe spot, but that's when the potential rotation, that potential tornado could be getting into your area. So that is the latest on that tornado warning. I do want to go back and touch on some other cells. We've got another downpour moving into the city, but it doesn't look like it's severe. It's just going to drop some heavy rain as it moves through western parts of the metro up through St. Charles again. Of course, they're getting some heavy rain right there in Parody, but that's coming to an end. So that's great news there for the tornado damage, but this will be moving over the lake and maybe up towards Slidell. I was looking at some more reports of damage. It looks like there was also some damage reported in the Lockport area. And
so guys, there's like tomorrow rain is heading all the way toward probably toward Tennessee. There goes some more heavier rain all the way toward Alabama. And that tornado warning that we did have for the other part of just near New Orleans, that did expire early, but it's still issued. I'm watching the WWL CBS 4 New Orleans of the tornado coverage right now. So let's continue watching it until like 5 o'clock or so. We had this.
This would have been the same storm that moved over Parity earlier. So Lockport is south of Highway 90. Right in here, I've had some damage reports. Hard to say whether that was a tornado or if it was just strong winds, but either way, some damage down there in central Lafourche as well. It did not look as severe as what they picked up in Des Allemands in the Parity area. That's the good news, but nonetheless, some damage right there in the Highway 90 corridor from Lafourche up through St. Charles, and haven't had any significant reports of damage from anyone in Jefferson or Orleans. Latest on this sale, still looking rather impressive. That's a classic, what we call textbook supercell. You've got the big area of rain. You've got the tiny little notch here. This is the storm rotating, and this.
Alright, I'll show you something. So that's where that rotation is of the bottom part of the warnings thing. And it will expire by like 5 o'clock. It's like 4:55 right now. So let's continue on until like 5 o'clock. We're going to end this.
Is where the most dangerous part of the storm is going to be. It's getting close to the Henley Crossroads area right in here. That's going to be Highway 43 that cell is going to be crossing. Eventually, it's going to cross Highway 26 in between Bogalusa and Poplarville. It does look like this is going to stay west of Poplarville at this time. And if you're in Poplarville, you're getting heavy rain. There's lightning and thunder, maybe some gusty winds, but that's where the worst of it is off towards your southwest. So zooming in here to just give you an idea. There's Crossroads crossing 26 and 43, Henley Field. Is it Henley Field? It's Henley Field. Right there on Highway 43 is where we're currently watching that the strongest part of the storm. Heavy rain though up I-55, and so it's not going to be a pleasant drive over there, or I-59, excuse me, over in Pearl River County. If you are watching us in Washington Parish, all clear. The worst of it's going to stay east of you. You got some light rain, but nothing too wild. Even if you're in Bogalusa, the tornado threat has dropped off. It should stay well to your east, at least along Highway 26. Angie, you're in the clear, it looks like. If you're in St. Tammany, there's still some showers, but nothing severe anymore. Tangipahoa Parish, you're in the clear as well. You've got a few light showers, but that is about it. And if you're watching us down in Houma, Thibodaux, we're giving you the all clear. There's another pretty good rain shower moving into the metro, but this one doesn't look like a big severe storm. It looks like the rain that already moved through maybe took some of that energy from it, so hopefully it doesn't get any stronger. If you're watching us in Hancock County, if you're watching us from Diamond Head to the Kill to Bay St. Louis to Waveland, you've got some cells moving in. Some of these could try to rotate, so we'll need you to stay weather aware probably for the next hour, and then as we get closer to the 5 p.m. hour, a lot of this will be moving out of the Channel 4 viewing area and out to Alabama. So we just got a couple more hours of tracking these things, but if you're western sides of the area, Baton Rouge, Houma, Hammond, should be okay. New Orleans, I think we're okay. Even St. Tammany. It's really coastal Mississippi now, and lower Plaquemines and into the Grand Isle areas where we still got the potential for some of that rough weather moving through. So showers moving back into the metro. I'll just show you velocity to show you we're not seeing anything significant. We're not seeing any rotation in this storm at this point. It may produce some gusty winds, 30 miles an hour or so, but that coupled with heavy rain would be the main concern with this rain moving back into the city right now. North Shore is, for the most part, in the clear. There's our cell we continue to watch. Looking at the latest track of this thing, the latest radar update, it hasn't significantly strengthened. That's the good news, but still anywhere from Crossroads to, especially in the White Sand area, this is where the tornado threat is at its highest right now. So along Highway 26, in between Crossroads into White Sand and west out of town of Poplarville is where we've got it. You see the little flashing red box here? That's your tornado warning. It does not include Poplarville, it doesn't include Tyler, it doesn't include Derby, it doesn't include Carrier or any locations closer to I-59 in Pearl River County, but that's your area of spin. Fortunately, it does not look terribly impressive, but it doesn't take much sometimes for these things to drop a quick tornado, and then you've got problems. So just take this seriously if you're living anywhere there in western portions of Pearl River County. This warning's gonna go for another couple minutes. We'll see if they extend it at all, but right now, we have not seen it ramp up and right along Highway 90, Des Allemands to Parity, and that's where it did its damage. We've got a lot of power outages down here. We've got some damage down here as well, and then as the storm approached kind of the Mississippi River here in St. Charles, it did weaken. So still produced some gusty winds, but we have not had any damage from our tornado report damages coming in from the Luling and Booty area. If you do have damage, let us know. We relay this information to the National Weather Service so they can come out and do their surveys and see how strong the tornado was and if it was a tornado or what we call straight line winds. Let's check back in on our tornado warning about to expire. Yeah, so they did expire. They just expired. So they're going to let this expire, this tornado warning. The storm is still a supercell. It's still trying to rotate a little bit, but it has not wrapped up significantly. It looks like it's probably still producing some strong gusty winds, maybe up to 50 to 60 miles an hour. Our assistant news director messaged me and said his location up on the North Shore in St. Tammany, the Slidell area, they had some pretty strong wind gusts as these cells blew through. So even if you're not under a tornado warning or even a severe thunderstorm warning, aware of as we go through the remainder of the afternoon. But the next hour or so, a lot of this is going to be on out of here. Things will be looking a lot better. I don't know if we can check back in on what's going on down in Parody, or if Mike or anyone has any more information that we can check back in, or what the latest information on. I know Highway 90 was closed at one point. Mike, do you have any more information on what's going on down there in St. Charles Parish?
The Sheriff's Office has sent some more units out there to that Highway 90 area that's been closed because of some downed power lines. We did just get some information from the St. Charles Parish Emergency Operations Center that a lot of the damage being reported is just minor structural damage, so that is a good news. But they are saying there are some downed trees, some downed power lines,